We are back. We're gonna try to do this as long as my phone will allow it. I don't know if it's gonna allow me to do what I need to do, but I definitely have some things to say about Miss. We have some things to say about Miss Lady. I want to touch on this manipulating really quick. If it goes out, then I'll just have to come back tonight. But when we talk about people being manipulated and stuff, before I get all the way into the stuff with Miss Lisa, I know a lot of people want to talk about the man manipulating the woman, but we would be remiss, I would be remiss if I didn't actually speak on the manipulation that a lot of these other people had going on. So I'm going to start with Miss Lisa. I'm going to start with Miss Lisa because, like I was saying before that live went out, manipulation is about controlling, overly controlling a situation or an individual or whatever. Now, this is what I need people to understand. And let me say this again, shout out to Dottie and Dennis for their commentary on this, because this is where I got a lot of my information that I'm going to speak on today. Um, so a few things. So I probably have to do a part two to this because I know I'm not going to be able to say everything that I want to say right now. There's two things, even before I get in depth with what I see with her, there's two things that I want to mention. Whenever people talk about things happening to certain individuals, hey Bird, what's going on? Things happening to certain individuals and trauma that comes along, and there is research that shows, that when some individuals go through traumatic situations, that they may stay stuck at that age that that traumatic situation took place. I want to remind people that this research does suggest this, but it does not happen with everyone. But we cannot just look at the females and act like we forgot that the male went through some very traumatic stuff and that he is still stuck at a certain age. And this isn't something that we think. He's had testing done, it has been verified, it's bona fide, it's not anybody thinking anything. So my thing is, when it comes back to that manipulation piece, we have people that are not supposedly stuck on a certain level. And if you allow somebody that was traumatized when they were 8, 9, 10, or younger, if you believe that they have that much knowledge, that much wherewithal to go and manipulate all of these other people, then I have to believe that you're saying when it comes to this manipulation one way. It doesn't work one way. And just the stuff that we have been told about what happened to him in his situations, he went through a lot of stuff. So if we're going to acknowledge something on this end, we got to acknowledge stuff on the other end. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna call this out because we're not gonna act like we got manipulation on one side. I'm seeing, I think we back, definitely her because of some stuff that I was listening to today. Is it still buffering? Because I may end up having to come back. Is it still buffering, y'all? Okay. This is what I'm hearing. You're not going as a clinician. As a clinician, I'm not speaking just as in your willy nilly right now. As a clinician, you're not going to force me to believe that this young lady was manipulated. And there are certain points that will make me believe this. If I was dealing with her, then me and this young lady would be having a conversation, because your words aren't they're not adding up. And just from the stuff that I'm hearing, I heard some manipulation even up on the stand, some of the actions that are on the stand. Okay, if you meet someone at a video shoot or what have you, and you decide, not because anyone told you, not because it was suggested, you decide of your own free will to go. Can you guys still hear me? I just need to do a sound check. Let me know if y'all can hear me before I get into this, because I don't want to have to. I want to. Okay, thank you, Bird. If you go and make a conscious decision, you met someone, you make a conscious decision, number one, to lie about your age to someone before you go and have some type of sexual encounter with them, and you absolutely positively have no reason to lie. It's not a situation where somebody can say, oh, they made me lie for them, it's not that type of situation. You made a conscious decision, you made a grown woman move, and decided that once you met this guy, that you wanted to go and sleep with him the time that you met him. I'm not judging her for that. But this was a conscious decision. This wasn't anybody forcing. This wasn't anybody even coercing anyone. This was you saying, I met this superstar. I want to go back to the trailer with you and do whatever I'm going to do. And for some reason, I feel like I'm going to tell him that I am this age, or whatever. Manipulation starts from the very beginning. I'm saying this about her because I do not feel that she falls in the category with the V's, okay? The VICT, those. I don't think she falls in that category. So I'm going to speak on this for a minute. So you go and do that. You're asked if you can come back to the Shy. Again, you make another conscious decision. You're not being coerced. Nobody's making you do anything. You get an open invitation to come, and you take your rump up there to go and do whatever you need to do. Now, this is why I cannot go along with any type of claim with this situation on manipulation. Because if you're up there and you're going and you say you're staying in a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, whatever, if you're staying in one of these places and you realize staying in this place that you are actually functioning, actively functioning as a side chick in one of these places, and you openly and willingly accept that as a woman, people don't want to admit it. 18, you're a grown darn woman. You can call, they can still be your child, but it's still a grown darn woman. You make that decision, and you're going back and you say you're going to the studio and you're listening, smiling, eating, sexing, doing those things, and this is what you're doing on a regular basis for an extended period of time. This is the decision that you are deciding to make because you like the lifestyle that is coming along with you interacting with a superstar. Now, where I call the BS on the manipulation, again, a strong indicator that you were not being manipulated in a situation is that when you felt that you got tired of a situation, and you didn't like the way that things were going because you felt like you weren't being productive. You felt like you weren't going anywhere. Ma'am, where did you think you were going other than to the Shy to go and hook up with this man? Where I didn't hear any indication of, oh, I feel I'm gonna go to the Shy and try to make some moves, go to school, get a job. Your sole purpose of going to the Shy was to go and hook up with this individual. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But if you have the wherewithal to say, you know what, I'm getting tired of this. I ain't doing nothing. And you're able to leave, you go about your business, and then you say that y'all were still communicating, y'all still carried on somewhat of a relationship after that, then you were not manipulated, you were not coerced to do anything, you didn't have any of that going on, you were not brainwashed. There was none of that going on, because if so, then you wouldn't have had the wherewithal to say, you know what, I'm getting tired of this. We ain't got nothing going on up here. I'm tired of being the one on the side. I'm tired of staying in the hotel. I'm tired of just being called on to do this, to do that, or being picked up to go and get money or whatever. This is not manipulation. This is not manipulation, y'all. It's not brainwashing. It's not any of this stuff, at least not from the guys' end. No, no. I told y'all I'm going to look at this thing from every angle. So everything that I see that I feel the need to speak on, I'm going to speak on that. And that is not manipulation when it comes to her end. But I can tell you what I saw that was manipulation from her. One of the first things, when it came to getting involved with this other individual that was allegedly on a tape, not on a tape, that ain't none of my business. Um It will behoove first. Let me even go back before that. Let me take this back a little bit further. You meet an individual that is a superstar. You know that he has interactions with a lot of other females. This is evident and very apparent by the fact that even you yourself messed with him the very first day that you met him. Okay? You go, you see him, you can vividly explain how he sets up video productions, tripod, you can name the equipment that's in the room, how he takes his time, goes and sets stuff up. You actively participate, willingly participate in the production of these videos, right? You don't have any problem with that. you you even go and participate with other folks. Hold on. You go and you participate with other folks in said video. And then I'm gonna tell you where I heard some manipulation. I'm gonna tell you where I heard what I felt was a flat out lie. Whenever the comment was made about a young lady saying that she was about to get a car for her birthday, it's my opinion, from a clinical standpoint, you did not get mad when you heard what that young lady's age was. You got pissed off because you found out he was purchasing a vehicle for her. And how dare he go and purchase a vehicle for her, and he's not doing anything for you except sexing you and giving you a couple dollars every now and again. This is my view. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. But this is what I'm getting as a spectator on the outside, looking in and listening to everything that is going on. So, where some manipulation comes at, because you don't get your way, because you feel like this other person is being favored. Maybe there was some favoritism with this person who was there before you got there. I guess you felt that you were supposed to be a special kind. And so with her saying that she was getting a new vehicle for her birthday, that was a problem for you. That was a problem. Because at the end of the day, just based on how this young lady looked in pictures, you knew that she had some youngness to her age. So my thing is, if you were truly concerned about what was going on, then you would have asked, how old is she? How old is she? Hmm. But you didn't. But you didn't. So she got upset about the situation with the car. I honestly believe that that's what it was about, not even about the age, because at that point you say, you know what, you done had me go and do blah blah blah. Let me go talk to somebody and see about this situation, see if I done got myself in some type of situation. That wasn't even the reason why she left. Because if you were that upset, whenever you found out how old that young lady was when she said she was getting her car for her birthday, for that birthday, which is seen as a milestone, that should have been the reason why you left. Not because you felt like you were bored and you weren't getting things done. And no, the reason why you left should have been because you found out this person was this particular age, allegedly. And that should have been the reason why you left, because you felt some type of way. Like maybe you had been, you know, manipulated. Maybe, somebody withheld some information from you. But that's not why you said you left. So that's one thing. That's one thing. But let's even with whatever happened to the PT Cruiser or something, you know what I'm saying? It's for a young female. Shoot, anybody 19, 18, 20, somebody giving you a new car. And in that particular time, yeah, I'm sorry, PTs were popping. PTs were popping. We might look at them now. Hey guys, can you hear me? Or do I just start this over? We got a whole situation going on. Can y'all hear me, or do I need to start this over? Because I see that everyone is gone, so they probably thought that it went out. So let me know if I need to start this over. Okay, I didn't think it was gonna let me back in. Um, hold up, y'all. Hold up, hold up, hold up. You gotta change plans. People are slowly coming back in. Okay, while y'all coming back in, let me send a message real quick. So just I'm here. I'm here. All right. So let me get to a place where I can stop. Y'all give me a second. Give me a second. And now I don't have my notes and stuff because I really wanted to touch on some of this stuff with y'all, because I heard some stuff that I absolutely positively did not like. And I'm sitting up here like, no, 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 no. The back and forth and the switch up and the changes from um the tape, um back and forth about whether or not you her on there, because now you're realizing that as an adult, that if you say that you saw it initially, or that you watched it, it may implicate you in particular things. um Understanding that you had immunity before on both levels, and even to this point that you at now, understanding that you have that, and you still um insist. And that's what I was telling y'all about these folks. Now they're gonna look out for them if they don't do nothing else, and I guess that's what makes you human. You gonna make sure that you look out for yourself and don't put yourself in a further compromising situation. But there is nothing about this woman that even suggests that she can be easily manipulated. I'm saying that she can be the manipulator, but there's nothing about her that suggests that she can be easily manipulated. So I'm not buying that. Definitely not buying that for her. Um, Child, what are you honking your horn for? You gonna have to wait for these people to go, and if they don't want to go, then what you gonna do? So, 23 miles. Yeah, hold up, y'all. Now, give me. We had to change our route up because the traffic is too bad. So, okay. Um, but what I was saying before is I think that the car was that was something that bothered her. She didn't like that. You had a situation um with the tape or whatever that she was on, and the thing that got me with that was me hearing it wasn't about her getting the initially it was about her getting the tape because she didn't want people to see her doing certain things, especially in that light with somebody else that that could possibly end up getting her into some mess. What I heard later in the situation was you didn't want him to be able to watch the tape again. Like you didn't want him to be able to go back and reminisce over seeing you and whoever on the video. That tells me that you got your priorities all jacked up. You got your priorities jacked up. You said you wanted to go and retrieve it because you didn't want him to be able to go back and watch it. What is wrong with that picture? Anybody see anything wrong with that? Or is it just me? Because sometimes it may just be, it could just be me. Initially you didn't want other people to see you engaging in those types of acts with someone that could possibly be okay, but then your story changes up and you wanted to get rid of this stuff because you did not want him to be able to go back and watch and get any type, I guess, pleasure or anything. Like your concern was not about stuff getting out and how it may affect people, how it may even affect the young lady that was on it. You're like, what type of thinking? What type of thinking is that? And that's why I say when it comes down to this manipulation piece, we got to start being honest about manipulation and what we are considering to be manipulation because this lady right here, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'll play the devil's advocate on a lot of stuff and like try to look at stuff and okay, well maybe this and maybe that, but okay, I can stop now, cut this thing off. Um, but no, in this particular situation, no ma'am. No ma'am, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I feel like she was the manipulator in the situation. And I say that because she made sure that she took whatever she needed to take. And even before that, going back to manipulation, you blatantly stole from this individual. For you to get on a stand, for you to get on a stand in front of all these people, in front of all these intelligent attorneys, in front of all of the intelligent judge, you got jurors that got plenty of sense. We're gonna say they're intelligent too, and act like you don't understand what it means to steal. You really trying, like you gaslighting these people. You are literally sitting on the stand yourself, gaslighting people. And if you have the ability to gaslight, then you are a manipulator. We're not doing that V card on Sister Girl. No. No, she is a manipulator. It's not even about her being a liar. She's a manipulator. So we have to call that one for what it is. It's not about you stealing a watch or jewelry, just the mere fact that you went in that man's bag, went through his bag. Because apparently you're saying that you wanted to see what was in it, but you had already said that you knew that he kept whatever in it, so you knew what was in it. The manipulation tactics. And I need y'all to throw something in here so I know if y'all hearing me on here real quick. Let me know, because I'm at a stopping point so I can look up. Can you hear me? Okay, because I want to make sure I'm real clear on this. There's no in between on this. The mere fact, I'll wait. Let me check and make sure y'all can hear me before I say anything else. Lady Sunshine, hey, 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 how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Miami Dade, Lavelle, James, Lisa, T-Ron. I don't even know if y'all still in here because my phone was buffering so bad. Okay, Ladybug, how you doing? Y'all can okay. So here's one of the things that gets me, and Lord, if I had the ability to work with these people, like the way I would dig in to her about it. Listen, you got so many. It's it's the contradictions for me. It's the manipulation for me. It's the gaslighting for me. Listen, you were so concerned about these videos and things getting put out. You were so concerned about these things that you went in this bag. You said you started watching tapes. You're in the studio. You know, at any given moment, anybody can walk in and you just bust it. But I'm just saying. But you're in the studio. You find one that has this video has you on it. You have already openly and willingly admitted that you have been on several videos. There were several recordings, not just one. But your concern was only getting one. Am I the only one that sees something wrong with that picture? Why didn't you take the whole darn bag? Why didn't you take the whole bag? Anybody got an answer for that? If you are that concerned about what's on there, you put yourself in the position at that particular point where you had ultimate control. And when you are asked, and before they even ask, I'm like, well, if you had a thing, then why didn't you go ahead and get rid of it? You didn't think about that? You thought about stealing it, but you didn't think about getting rid of it? If you didn't want people to see you engaging in those acts, as you stated, then wouldn't you have at least the one that you did have? Wouldn't you have destroyed that to make sure that nobody got access to it? Yeah, I mean, y'all tell me what y'all think, because maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Because these are things, if me and her were having a conversation, these are things that we would be having some conversations about. So why weren't you concerned about the other videos that possibly exist if you knew that you had done other acts with him and that they were recorded? Because you said you saw him every time that he was doing it and setting stuff up. So why weren't you concerned about the other ones? My question is it that you don't mind people seeing you engaging in those acts, but it was something specific about that one that you wanted to get, and you didn't want people to see you on that one. So the other ones were okay. It was okay if they saw you engaging in those situations on the other ones. Because if you're gonna go all in, I mean, what are you gonna do to you? If you go and you take the whole bag and take all of them, what is he gonna do to you? You had already figured out that if you took that one, that you could get some type of monetary gain from it. So why not take all of them? That's a gold mine. That's a gold mine. You didn't think that part all the way through, but that further lets me know that That was a manipulation tactic. You found a way. Let me see. Once he figures out that I have this, and again, manipulation. If you did not want anyone to see what you were doing or to know that that stuff even took place, you definitely wouldn't have shipped it to somebody. I mean, did you send that through the mail to that guy? Atlanta to Kansas is a long way, so you just sent it through the mail? That's what you did? Cause see, just your mirror again, we got these people with all these testimonies, like they admitting all types of crimes. So you just sent it through the mail to them. Somebody that was allegedly another one of his artists or something that you happen to be cool with, and you didn't think at some point you sent it to another man. So you didn't think that that man was gonna go, number one, go and show other people the darn thing. You didn't think he was gonna do that. But you done gave him some leverage. You are not going to convince me that y'all didn't have these conversations. Oh, you can get him for this. You can definitely get. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. These are the things that are starting to not starting. These are the things that are bothering me about these situations because I'm listening to her along with some of the stuff like I told you that I was hearing from the mom and even from the young lady. Y'all didn't get together to get y'all story straight. Y'all did not get together to get your story straight. And in the process of you trying to come back and protect yourself at this point, you completely forgot. You should have got a copy of the transcript your darn self so that you could remember what you said. Now, how many times do you have to perjure yourself on that stand? It wasn't even about some attorneys impeaching her on the stand. She impeached her darn self on the stand. All you got to do is listen. All you got to do is listen. But for me, it's the manipulation. And when I'm hearing people, one thing's for sure and two things for certain. If somebody has some intellectual deficiencies, then there are people that are able to get over on them. There are people that are definitely able to get over on them. So let me say this with the other young lady's mom, because people were saying, oh, she's slow. She's not slow. There was nothing slow about that woman when it came to her daughter. There was nothing slow. Her and her husband did everything that they meant to do when it came to that situation. Just like this young lady right here that we've been having this conversation about, she did what she meant to do. She got her coins. She got her coins. The mere fact that this stuff was done, this is showing there was no brainwashing. That she was not brainwashed. She probably tried to brainwash some other folks. There was no brainwashing. You came in there making deals. You understood what you had in your possession and you came in making deals. That is not a person that is brainwashed. When you can sit there and start setting up your deals based on something that you have over somebody, something you can hold over somebody's head, we can call it what we want to call it. No, you are not brainwashed. You are not being manipulated. You are the manipulator because you are using something to control someone else. Do y'all see what I'm saying? And to still sit there on a stand and gaslight people for them to hear you lie, and you just sit there in front of the judge and gaslight these people and say, that wasn't a lie. That's what gaslighting is. Like, I know you know the truth, but I'm gonna sit here and tell you in your face that what you think is the truth is not actually the truth, and I'm gonna tell you that it's a lie, and I expect you to believe it. Like, I'm that good that I can convince you that the lie is the truth. That's what gaslighting is. Come on. This is the perfect example of what gaslighting looks like. You don't know what stealing, you don't know what it means to steal. You don't know. You don't know. So your kids, like, what? How do you explain stealing to them? What do you? It's not taking something that's not yours. That's not stealing. Now you sitting up here, and you got the jury. I know, like what just happened? You got three, four, maybe even five different occasions that they seen that a story has changed. And even if they try to give you the benefit of the doubt, you sit up there in front of these people and say that you took somebody's stuff, and you gonna say with a straight face that that's not stealing. The sad thing is, who's to say that she didn't steal more? She could have. You know, a lot of people have so much stuff that they don't know where you steal from them or not. It's certain things, like if somebody was around, unless it was something I was really paying attention to, something that I really used, I probably wouldn't know that you stole it until I was looking for it. Which is why he didn't realize that this alleged tape was gone. That's not up for debate for me. Cat talk. I'm not gonna argue with that about him stealing somebody's innocence. You are entitled to your opinion, but at this particular point, I'm talking about Miss Lisa and her manipulating behaviors. I'm not talking about him manipulating people. I'm talking about the stuff that she said. And at the end of the day, it's not okay again to say that she could have stole more, so it's okay for her to steal. This is what I'm saying. If he did what he did, he's wrong. But why are we like giving other people passes on their wrongness? Because we say two wrongs don't make it right. Because the truth be told, Cat Talk, just to address what you said, she played a part in that too because she dealt with her too. Do you see what I'm saying? She dealt with somebody that was not of age. She just happened to get an immunity deal out of it. Not only did she engage with her, you actually participated in production of some things involving that same individual. So her hands are not clean by any means. And we're going to take it a step further. Not only did she engage in it, she participated in the production, she sold it. She sold it. So she should be facing even more time. Do you see what I'm saying? Even more time than what they trying to give him. Like, that distribution is a beast. Not only did you sell it, you even transported it across state lines through the mail. Or however you got it to them from Atlanta to Kansas. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's hands are clean. Nobody's hands are clean, and that's why she's getting up there now acting like she has convenient amnesia. And what's going to happen is the more they get up there with this foolishness, the judge is going to allow, whenever all these objections coming in and you start seeing the judge say, let him go ahead, sustain, because I want to hear this. That's when you start hearing that stuff because the judge is like, hold on, something is not right. Something is not right. Or either you're going to hear people that are actually there coming back saying that, you know what, that judge got aggravated with them today, or that judge got frustrated with them today, and this is the reason why. One more caveat to go along with that. If the things are true that was alleged that were done to that young lady, this one that just came on the stand today, she effing up that girl's chances of getting any type of justice, don't you think? Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm looking in the comment section. Y'all tell me what you think. She old enough to know she stole that man's watch and chain. That's why she didn't want to come back this morning. But he realized he was having with the yes, it was okay to from him when he going to be held accountable for his wrongdoing. Y'all want to be. I don't know who y'all is because I don't blame anybody. I don't know if this is your first time over here, but I don't know who y'all is because I don't operate in y'all. But what I'm saying is, if he messed with her, listen to what I'm saying. She also admitted to messing with her, and she was considered an adult. Do you see what I'm saying? At that particular time, she, Lisa, Lisa was considered an adult whenever she participated in that three-way activity. So that means that she should have the same charges. So no, I'm not gonna overlook that. And if I was the person that was charging her, yeah, if I could throw the charges on her for stealing, for robbing somebody too, then I'm gonna add that on there too because you robbed somebody. And then I'm gonna hit you over the head for possession because you held on to it. I'm gonna hit you over the head for production because you actively participated in it. Then I'm gonna hit you over the head for distribution of it because you went and sold it to some people. And then I'm gonna hit you over the head for extortion. We can't do that, y'all. We cannot do that. We cannot. You may not like what people are alleging somebody did. Call them out on it. But it irks me when people say hold this one accountable, but you don't think the other people need to be held accountable. That bothers me. That is wrong. That is wrong on so many levels. That is wrong. That's just like that man's ex-wife. If she had any type of active participation, I feel like people are covering up for her. Again, that's my personal opinion. If she had any type of active participation with this young lady, with her being of a certain age, then she is just as guilty. And I'm pretty sure if they look hard enough, that she on some tapes too, cause he like recording stuff. That's all I'm saying. So if we take the stealing part out of it, then let's address her being an adult that messed with a minor. Let's take the stealing part out of it. Let's address her being an adult that messed with a minor. We gotta that's the elephant that because allegedly they both got with her. They both got with her. So are they not equally wrong? Yes. His gonna carry a little bit more weight if he did it allegedly because of his age, him having a certain number of years over her as an adult. But that does not negate from the fact that that woman, she was a woman. She was a woman that messed with somebody young. And even if you thought, oh, well, I thought she was this age, she was still underage for you. And once you found out that happened, why didn't you report it? That's what I'm saying. Hold him accountable. But don't just let her sit out there and act like everything was good with her when she openly admitted. Now, I could say something else, and I know it would piss people off, so I'm not going to say it. I'm going to play around with it. I remember when some of this stuff first came out, and somebody that did fall into the V category actually said that they met someone, that there was somebody that was there, and they allegedly came in, young, and she was training them. Now, once she became of age, the V, once she became of age, she started training younger individuals herself. Now, you want to talk about a cycle? Because I remember somebody talking about her being around and being somebody that actually kind of trained them. I'm looking at it from all angles, y'all. So I'm seeing in a couple of situations where some of the alleged preyed upon have also become the predators themselves, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. But for Miss Lisa, she definitely got with somebody that was not of age. With another person that allegedly did something with somebody that was not of age. So what makes one any better or any worse than the other? And she didn't just do it one time. That's all I'm saying. Y'all know I'm looking. I'm calling everybody out. I'm gonna call him out for his mess. I'm gonna call them out for their stuff. I just try not to get into that V category with those. But when I see people and I don't feel like they fall in that category, not because I'm all in my emotions or whatever, but because their actions, you're a grown darn woman. And I do not see where you have proved in any way that you were manipulated. But you have definitely proved how you have the ability to manipulate some situations. And I disagree. As somebody that stands in the stuff that I'm in, no, it is not okay for her to steal. No, that's not okay. It's not okay. Number one, how did you know it was a $30,000 watch? Because you probably went and got it appraised to see how much you can get for it. No, that's not okay. You know that puts stealing on a whole other level. They look at stealing with how much the amount of what you stole. How much was that amount? So this is not like somebody stealing a pair of clothes, a pair of shoes, or something out of a store. No, you on a different level of thievery. And I just made that whole word up, but you're on a different level of thievery at that point. No, that's not just stealing. That's not just stealing. No. Now you try to factor in whatever the cost was of the jewelry, and these are things that she just admitted to. That does not mean that that was all that she took. I'm just saying. But stealing is not, we cannot do that, y'all. I hear people saying, oh, well, this sector right here, they're in the dark. They walking around. Can't nobody do no wrong. I'm starting to feel like that with some other folks too, because you feel like these folks can't do no wrong. These people, all of them had some mess going on. All of them had some mess going on. All of them. All of them had some mess going on. All of them. And understand this. Really, we don't know these people on a personal level. We have teenage as young as 12 on the streets. We don't know. True. That's true. That's true. That's true. It's the active stealing on another level. So I'm sitting up here. Good save, Poetic Randy. Good save. Appreciate that. I'm sitting up here and I'm like, this is the reason why I felt like it was important, even though people don't like it. This was the reason that I felt that it was important for me to try to come and just look at it from all angles. And that's why I started going to different people's channels to get their perspective, I'm sorry, on what they thought about the situation, because I feel that's important. And if I can act as a voice of reason, or not even a voice of reason, but to try to just put some stuff like out there to get people to really think about stuff, like that's what I want to do, even if people don't want to hear it. Yo, we're not gonna sit here and act like, and even that, hopefully people come to the conclusion or the understanding that if this is this young lady on this tape, then he was dead wrong. Period, point blank. It don't matter about duplications and who stole what, who got what from who. He was dead wrong. But I also want to put in that anybody that participated in these behaviors with him, they dead wrong. So no, we're not gonna give her a pass when she openly admitted to doing something with this young lady, whether it was recorded or not. She admitted it. Come on. She admitted it. We At any, hopefully this don't kick my phone off. Hold on, y'all. Okay. You got a lot of people that had some involvements in this stuff. A lot of people stayed out the way and didn't want to say anything because they knew the role that they played in some of this stuff. And I know that we got a lot of psychologists and social workers and psychiatrists and therapists and all this stuff out here. Y'all, you can play that part if you want to, but as somebody that's really doing this stuff, you don't sit there and use this stuff as a crutch for your whole life. That is not how this stuff works. So to act like somebody has been manipulated for 50 something years or 40 something years, no. 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 Because you can tell by some of these individuals' actions after the fact. After the fact, you can tell by their actions that they got plenty of sense and they were able to capitalize off a situation that they felt, okay, they may have felt like they had been done wrong at some point and they figured out how to capitalize off of it. These people are not slow. They are not slow. They absolutely are not. And to be honest, the only person that has documented proof that they have some type of mental or intellectual deficiencies is the person that's on trial. Now, those are facts. It's documented. Testing was done. I'm just saying. That's documented. We can sit here and we can play the what if game, but those things that's documented. Exactly what level, and I like that's documented. That has been proven by him going and doing the stuff that he had to do in order to get his test. That's proven. This other stuff is just a lot of people sitting up here putting stuff out here and playing psychologists and psychiatrists and all this stuff. We can sit here and play that game, but it's definitely a game because in real life, not saying you're not affected by stuff that happens to you. You are definitely affected by stuff happens to you. But if y'all can acknowledge the fact that all that stuff happened to him and he's still able to move on and you think that he's manipulating all these people, then let's not act like everybody can manipulate people. Let's not do that. I heard a conversation where somebody said, well, he started liking what happened to him. Well, they started liking what was happening to them too. Here's the thing: when stuff happens when you're young, certain things happen. And I can speak on this because I've been through it. When you don't understand that it's wrong, it doesn't affect you until it affects you. When you don't understand that whatever is happening to you, that whatever this person is doing to you is wrong, it doesn't have that type of effect on you yet because you don't know it's wrong. For you, the things that these people are doing is normal until something happens and one day your eyes are opened or you just have this moment of epiphany and you realize, wait a minute, what they did wasn't right. But all this, oh, he manipulated the mama, the daddy, the dog, the this, the that, the that. No, that don't even make sense. No. These people have been operating and functioning before they met him, and after they stopped fooling him, they have been operating and functioning just fine. And not because they come in contact with this particular individual, nobody has any common sense at all. No, I'm not buying into that because if you're smart enough to say, you know what, you did this, but you're going to pay me for it, then you're not going to convince me that these people are slow on any level. Because a slow person just going to keep on letting you do it for free. These people capitalize off these situations. They capitalize off of it. And that's what irks me. That's what irks me. I'm sitting up here, you not even concerned about the young lady and what supposedly happened to her. It's just about whether or not your payments came through. What kind of mess is that? Do y'all see what I'm saying? There's a fine line. This is where you gotta drop this manipulation stuff and recognize that they were manipulating. Because at that point, they saw where they could control the situation. Do you see how the tables turn? They figured out a way for them. Manipulation is to control, cleverly control a situation. They found a way for them to control the situation. And they controlled the situation for years. You cannot sit there and tell me now that these people are still being manipulated all these years because they are in control of the situation. He's not stopping anybody from going to work. They're not going to work because they're getting paid and they don't have to work, so they can sit home and do whatever the flip they want to do. That's why they're not going to work. Let's be realistic. Just like that young lady took herself to Chicago. Oh, you gonna make me lose my job. What you thought was gonna happen if you went staying in Chicago every day and not going to work? You about to lose your job. That was your own stuff that you did. And the fact that you got up there and listen, I try to remain unbiased on the whole thing. That's why I don't mind calling somebody out, even if people get upset with me. But y'all, we got to have some common sense. We're telling everybody else to have common sense. The manipulation does not go on forever. That is not how this works. I have never seen that before in my life. Yes, you are affected by situations that happen in your life. They do. No, no. Because if they affect you to that point, then you shut down. You don't want to be around people. You're unable to work, not because you just don't, oh, I can't work. Like you literally, the stuff affects you so bad that you cannot work. You have certain degrees of anxiety. You start suffering from PTSD that has a bit of anxiety and depression that comes along with it, to the extent that it stunts your daily activities. You are no longer able to function in a normal capacity. That means you don't even, y'all, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. We gotta stop. We gotta stop. We sat there and we watched this man work through all the trauma that he done went through, and he done been through some mess. If we had to weigh some of the stuff that they went through, I'm gonna say this joker done been through some mess, and we can still see or say that, oh yeah, well, he manipulated all these people, even these people that had plenty of sense. He manipulated all of them, but he's the only one that has the ability to manipulate people. Does that make sense? Is that realistic? I'm genuinely asking, is that realistic? That's what I'm not getting. We sit here and we talk about him. Let me press pause for a second. If you in here and you getting something or you sitting here listening to bushes, hit the like button. Y'all know I don't be on here like that. Hit the like button. You see that he has, I'm not going to even say allowed, a lot of people have manipulated him over the years. They continue to manipulate him. That's why we talk about the bad decisions, because people have done stuff to him, but they're able to manipulate their way back into his life, and he take them back. That's how you see some of those intellectual deficiencies. That's how you see that kind of play out. Like, okay, you do realize they did this stuff to you, right? But you're not able to process that thing all the way through for you to understand that these aren't people that you need to be fooling with because of what they have done to you. I'm gonna give you one a little bit bigger than that too, because I heard somebody touch on this about him. Allegedly, him and this young lady were able to stay on the phone, and he can talk to all these young people like all this time. Do you not understand that that is further proving that he has those intellectual deficits, and it's proving and it's making the likelihood of him being stuck at that age of trauma more believable? Because he is able to identify with them intellectually versus identifying with some grown behind folks the way he need to. Do y'all not see how that actually goes together? It shows the intellectual impairments that are there, that he is able to be able to carry on some full blown 3 and 4 hour conversations with some younger people versus these older folks. Now I know people may not want to hear that, but I'm just saying that further goes along with the results that people got back and were able to see. All this stuff goes together. People don't want to see it because a lot of people are upset about how the situation went down or how they feel it went down. But if you look at everything all together, then you realize that the victimhood goes 360. It didn't just stop. Okay, well, okay, this person, we feel like this happened. Now everything. No, it goes around. There is a continuum there. It doesn't stop. And so now, oh well, he could talk to them. So that what you're saying is kind of backwards. No, he can talk to them because he's able to identify with them. This is what you're looking at. Regardless of none of the others, like if he wasn't in trouble for all this alleged stuff right now, that still does not negate from the fact that he is at a certain intellectual level. And he identifies with certain people. Just like anybody else would that's not a celebrity. And people can that, well, dog, why that grown person hanging out with them kids like that? He just, or why this grown woman hang? Because there's something that's going on. So y'all, we gotta be realistic about the whole thing, not just look at it because we don't like somebody or because we do like somebody and we want certain things to happen. Realistically, clinically, this is why some of the stuff looks the way that it looks. Is nobody sitting there asking themselves why did you know what? mm. When people have that full thinking, they are fully able to understand. Because you got to understand, when people have these deficits, they don't realize they got these deficits. In their mind, everything is all good. There's nothing. Hey, they think just like everybody else, and to a certain extent, they do. But when it comes to certain things, there is an impairment there. Rationalizing things, there's an impairment there. Decision making, coping. Some people, they lack emotional impulse control. Some people, they struggle with conflict resolution. You got a lot of things that go on there, and it's not as simple and as black and white as people want them to appear to be. So unless you're going to erase the fact that stuff happened in this particular situation, and it seems like people bring it up when they need to bring it up, but if we're being realistic about it, if we're being realistic, like anybody else that would be going through any type of treatment after dealing with some of that stuff, like that will be like some deep stuff. Like they're gonna be in there for a while because they got a lot of layers that they got to sift through. Like the stuff is deep. It's not, oh well, they just what that's not what it is. That's not what it is. Now, some people not gonna like this because they're saying, "Oh, well, you saying that he did this because this happened." I'm just being honest with you because I know the people that I work with, and I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. This is my specialty. So I can't. I'm not gonna go back and forth with people about what some of this stuff looks like and what it actually is, because like I said, we got a lot of social media clinical experts on here, and you're talking, behind stuff that you done seen on Google and then heard other people saying, and you're repeating that stuff. But no, you got to understand what this stuff looks like for real, because certain things have to be treated, and you're not going to understand these situations unless they're situations that you have been in yourself, or situations that you've had to treat. You're not going to understand the different layers that come along with those situations. And to not even acknowledge the fact, nobody's sitting here thinking, if you feel like this man is this slow, then how in the world do y'all feel like he manipulated all these people for this long? But nobody's thinking about it. If he's manipulating them that bad, if he got them that brainwashed, then how they talked him into paying them some money? He lost control somewhere. If he couldn't convince them not to make him pay, then that means he lost control somewhere. He wasn't as good as he thought he was at manipulating people. Do y'all see what I'm saying? If I got the power, if I got control, let me tell you what I'm gonna do. You say you got something on me, just like I told you the other day. No, you not gonna extort me for nothing. Cause whatever you got, I'm gonna put it out there about myself before you ever get a chance to do anything. So you don't have to worry about getting no money from me. Do what you gotta do. I ain't coming to beg. I ain't coming to. No, I will not give you the power to think that you got that kind of control over me. So do what you got to do. Have at it. Now on the flip side, you got people stealing from this man. He ain't reporting nothing. Cause they still my friends though. We good. We still good. That's childlike thinking. A grown person, nah, you stole from me. Your butt got to go. Not only nah. Hello, Popo. I just encourage people to like think about the stuff all the way around and really think about what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. Hold up, y'all. Bad. I had to check a message. What's going on, Pico? I agree. I agree. I agree. Nobody has clean hands. They are all of them. All of them. If we're going to say that somebody doing something because of trauma, then we might as well give all of them that title because they all dirty. They all dirty. They all messy. Everyone on. Everyone on. Everybody. 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 That's all. Is that my sister? You got these grown people making you go back and forth taking lie detector tests. Again, anybody, let me not say this because I don't want to offend nobody, but if you truly got common sense, you understand how stuff works, you understand that those lie detector tests, they might let you mention them, but the reason that they are not admissible in court is because they can easily be manipulated. Trust me, I know. They can easily be manipulated. You running around taking these lie detector tests for all these people because they promising you that, oh, if you pass or if they fail, oh, you're going to get this amount of money. You're going to get that amount of money. You just trying to get some money. Get a job. I'm sorry. Get a job. The mom didn't work. Well, she had a business. Well, clearly the business was not bringing in any money. She said it herself. They had no income coming in. They had to depend on his income. That's why she continued on. Get a job. Sounds simple enough to me. What doesn't make sense to me is for somebody to say, oh, well, he wouldn't let them get a job. What you mean that grown behind man ain't gonna let that grown behind woman with a whole husband get a job? Are you serious? How he gonna stop her from getting a job? This is stuff that don't make sense. You can run a business and be all up and through that business. That's a job. If you go in there and actually running it, that's a job. And when you see that you're not making enough income there, then you have to go and find some other way to supplement that income. But the mere fact that you're allowing yourself to sit there on your daughter's dime, on your daughter's dime, on your child's dime, you're allowing yourself to sit there and you're making money off something that you feel, I would hope you feel was something that was hurtful to your daughter. You're not gonna tell me that you being manipulated. You are the manipulator. You manipulating him to get money, and then you're manipulating your child because you still want your child to believe that you got some kind of love there and that you're doing this for their best benefit and for their good, and you absolutely not. You're doing it for yourself. At this point, this is about self-preservation. This don't have nothing to do with the love you got for your child, because the love that you got for your child, the minute that you heard anything like that went on, you would have took your butt to that police station. You wouldn't have made a phone call. You would have went to that police station. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You would have took her butt to that police station, not sitting here saying, well, oh, well, they said either are you with us or not. And we took that as a threat. I'll take not for 100, Alex. Not your butt down there at that police station. I'm not buying into this manipulation stuff. Not when it comes to this. I am not buying into it. I'm just not. They made some bold decisions. And when you look at most of these stories that are out here, these people are making some bold behind decisions. And every time they make a decision, there is a dollar behind it. I hadn't seen one decision that we have heard about yet publicly that did not have a dollar behind it. Now, again, this go back to his bad decisions. But we know that he ain't operating with the mind of the person that's actually in that body. So he gonna keep making bad decisions. And I know that if people hung around him long enough, they knew that there were certain things that he didn't quite get. That's why he always let other people do his maneuvering and all this stuff. Now you done let them get over on you because they know that you don't have all that there to really understand the stuff that they doing. Everybody was manipulating. Everybody. Nobody was exempt. Everybody. I'm telling you, you just not, no. The passes, no, 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 no passes. Everybody was manipulating the situation. Not one. It doesn't make sense to point the hand at one. All of them were. All of them. I mean, just getting money on top of money and didn't have to get a job. Didn't have to get a job. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? So I'm just sitting here, and like I said, I got to go back, because there's still some other stuff that I wanted to address about Miss Lisa, but I'm gonna get on that part. I think I'll do that part a little bit later, because there's some stuff that I'm sitting here and I'm writing and I'm doing timelines and I'm like comparing this to that, and I'm like, you know what? You need to go sit down somewhere. You need to go sit down somewhere. The love of money is the root of all evil. I agree with the Bible on that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Pico, you sit up there, you be busting your butt. I got to go to work. I got to go and bust my butt. What made folks so special that they don't have to work? I mean, if you got some physical thing going on where you physically can't go to work, or there's some type of mental situation that you got going on documented where you like legit can't go to work, I get it. Other than that, why can't you go to work? And until somebody tell me that somebody held something to them in a threatening manner, because I can't even hear these people say how they were actually threatened yet. Until you can like show me, did somebody go and block your driveway? Did they block the garage? Did they put a lock on the garage? Did they do something so that you could not go to work? Understand, that's like you being in a relationship with somebody. You have men that don't want their women to work, right? Some women love it. Okay, you don't want me to work, I won't work. Some women like, nah, I'm going to get my coins, because if something happened, I need to make sure I can take care of me. I'm her. I'm her. But other than you trying to do something to me physically, how are you going to stop me from working? Unless you coming up trying to sabotage my job, or like what, like how, show me how these folks stopped you from working. Big, it's a huge part of the problem. But Pico, that's my thing. That's my thing. How some individuals acknowledge some of the stuff, like they can acknowledge that stuff happens to him, but they say that he shouldn't be able to use that as an excuse. He still know better. Well, I feel like if you feel that he should know better, then you should think other people should know better too. They can't be traumatized to the point where they don't know better, but he should know better. That's hypocritical to me. You said you dealing with kids, okay, they don't know no better. Okay, they're adults now. You still saying they don't know no better? But he's supposed to know better, but they don't have to know any better. Like I don't. You just gonna go in? No. I saw you. Yeah. Let me get off my live real quick. All right, y'all. I gotta go. So I will catch y'all later.